Hello everyone, SciTech here. I'm still kind of testing out my video and audio software settings and stuff for recording videos for you guys, so it's going to be another kind of test run video. I've been doing AP resets for about the last 5 days, and I'm about to do my 9th one right now, so I thought it'd be a good time to just pop in and do a video and show you guys what I'm going through. I mean, it's pretty much the same for everybody else, and uh, just thought I'd show what I'm doing. So here we are. I've been doing AP resets for, like I said, 5 days. I've done 8 of them. I'm about to do my 9th reset. As you can see, I'm doing it right at the minimums, right? So obviously you can see down here, highest achieved floor 102. That's what I climbed to before I did my first AP reset. So that's why I have such a high minimum ascension level of 954. Notice it's not going up when I'm doing these bare minimum resets because I have to get above floor 102 again to have that increase. But that's plenty enough for me to do the resets I do need. I haven't decided how many I want to go through. A minimum of 20. Ideally I'd like to just grind through the whole damn thing, be done with it. It's not the most exciting gameplay in the world to have to sit here and grind through AP resets. The floors get higher and higher. The minimum floor that you have to get to gets higher and higher, which gets difficult because the higher you get up, the more modifiers you get, the more counters you need, right? And if you're not upgrading all of your key stuff every time you go through a reset, which unless you've got hundreds and hundreds of millions of gold to do so, you're not doing that. You're kind of stuck with a limited number of defenses, unless, what I kind of do is I go through C7 into floor 28 and beyond as I start to capture relics that I'm finding and trickling them down, kind of waterfall affecting them down through my main 4 defenses I'm using into my secondary defenses like Ramsters, PDTs, Fissures, Earth Shatter Towers. So I have some alternatives to use that may not be full power, but are enough, do enough damage to kind of take on some of those extraneous lane modifiers that I might run into, in the mid 30s and onward in Onslaught as I climb for my Ancient Power resets. So here we go. I'm gonna do number 9. Gives you a little warning screen. Hey, are you sure you want to do this? Shows you what you're gonna lose. Shows you what you're gonna get. My talent caps are gonna go up to 541. Ancient Power points to 9. Golden XP bonus to 45%. Minimum ascension staying the same. Yeah, let's do it. There's my prestigious energy tablet. Fantastic. We'll just stick it over here. I mean, I've been saving all of my prestigious energy weapons. I'll go through them at some point, get rid of the ones that just don't make sense to keep. But because I'm just going through AP reset now, I'm just storing it in my save tab. I'm using this bag to save stuff that is an 8 or higher mod. I have a few 7s in here. That's because they're mods I thought I might need, or they're on prestigious energy weapons like this one that I'm keeping. I've been keeping the oil chips too. I haven't really found a use for them yet, but I haven't really explored it wholeheartedly. I went into AP reset right after the Drakenfrost update, so I haven't really had a lot of time to play around with elemental combos and such, so I'm just holding on to that. This was for all my old gear. Obviously I just reset, so you're probably wondering why I have all those pets there. They were in my store. When you reset, your entire store gets wiped out, all your gear gets put back into your inventory and gets set to campaign level. In this case I only had pets, so all these pets got put in here. I can go ahead and put all these guys back. Now, at some point I might just sell them all off because people aren't buying all of them, but go ahead and knock this out real quick. Get these out of my inventory space. Alright, I'm just going to check these real quick. One of the biggest struggles I'm having with my AP reset right now is materials for upgrading my 2 relics that I upgrade every time I go through. It uses those ruby clusters and pristine clusters, and they just, you know, I go through 8 ruby clusters and 4 pristine clusters every time I do an AP reset. So having somebody who's looking for those, or having someone who's selling those rather, I don't know why I'm clicking on them, they didn't have store icons. Alright, so no luck there. So luckily I spent some time farming before my last climb in AP reset to get enough materials so I can do this upgrade for this reset run. So as you see now, the 2 main defenses that I upgrade every time I AP reset right now are my weapon manufacturers. So I've got a Gilded Destruction, so I don't have to worry about that, but I need to upgrade my Deadly Strikes. Upgrade my defense rate. I need to upgrade my actual relic. So I have anti-melee, water servo, and shocking revelation on it. Running with anti-melee, I don't have a good tenacity. And I think it's more beneficial right now to have anti-melee on than the tenacity, since I don't run into a whole lot of lane modifiers that a tenacity would be useful on. Since the range on these things is so far, the cyborgs don't really get close. It would be mainly for like Kusakazi, which I only run into sparingly in the mid-30s, which is where I'm at right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just upgrade these. Careful not to upgrade to tier 8, that would really be bad. So there we go, I've upgraded to C7. I'm going to pop in and do my ascension. So my weapon manufacturers, I've got that all under there. Don't really pay attention to that because I don't DPS. Alright, next is my Lightning Strike Auras. So the reason I upgrade my Lightning Strike Auras is I do have a Destructive Pylon on there. I don't upgrade that fully, I do about 50%. And then mainly because I've got anti-mini-boss, anti-melee, and anti-chaos on it. This defense in particular is really good at knocking bosses, so I can just AFK maps and not really have to worry about it. Plus getting some boost in on my WMs, weapon manufacturers, and my flame auras at the same time is a bonus. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade these guys. Oops. Kind of doing a mix of gold and metals on this. I should be using hero metals on these because they're like 67 and 81, and I get 25 a map on completion. I mean, I'm not hurting for metals just because of the amount of metals I earn just from grinding up. We're gonna go ahead and get this guy up. Okay, we're gonna leave that at 120 and 20. I mean, that's pretty much where I usually take that. Oops. I'm gonna go look at my flame auras now. Really for these guys, I'm just upgrading the shards. I wait and go through and find relics. Next defense is my Skyguard Tower. Okay, again, I just go through and find relics and throw them on my Skyguards. The rest of my defenses, my Ramsters, my PDTs, my Fissures, Earth Shatter, Frosty Tower. I trickle down relics from these top 2, the Fire or Flame Auras and SGTs, as I get better ones, so they'll trickle through. I can pretty much handle C6, C7 with just my first 2 defenses, the Lightning Strikes and the Weapon Mans. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Now to my DPS, I'm using the Nuke Monk. Obviously, I don't really care about my armor and stuff this low level because I'm not really DPSing with them. It's more about gear score, so I'm just throwing on best gear even if it's disabling some of my shards. But I do want to take a look at my shards and upgrade some that are not gilded. Go ahead and upgrade that guy. I mean, some of these things are going to be questionable whether I need to gild them or not. All three of these are gilded: Construction, Beacon of the Storm, and Critical Strike. Heroic Power. Bulwark is upgraded, Power Gamut's upgraded, so just my Heroic Power isn't. Crane Stance is upgraded, Speed Root is gilded and upgraded. Radiant Critical Power, it's just there to be there. I don't have something better to put in it at the moment, so it's just sitting there for that 3% boost when I'm near defenses. I don't even worry about upgrading it. This Burning Strikes is a pain in my butt. As you can see, max upgrade on it gold-wise is 500,000 gold and 241 medals. It's pretty steep to get this guy upgraded. I don't even know that I really need to do it, but I do run into Drakenlord bosses quite a bit, and as we get into the mid-30s onslaught floors, early to mid-30 onslaught floors, you start running into frost lanes, and I don't have good frost defenses unless I happen to get lucky and get a relic that's got anti-frost on it. So I need something that can put some flame damage on things beyond my flame aura. Specifically for those frost lanes that might have frost orcs where I'm not able to use auras because they just get, you know, frozen up too bad if enough orcs come out of the door. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use some metals on this bad boy. I'll get it back. I got plenty of maps to climb through. So I think that's it for my shard upgrades on my DPS hero. Everything else, you know, my boost aura I don't really pay attention to. I don't really do anything with it. I have it there in case I need to do it. With boosted grasp, I can quick bump it up and get some slow going if I need it. Like if I'm having a problem with a headstrong lane or something like that, or I need to slow them down because the stuns on the WMs aren't working. But it's just there. It's my only totem defense right now that I'm putting stuff in. Excuse me, other than my blockade walls. And these guys, I've got Gilded Fortification, Gilded Power Pylon, so I don't have to worry about upgrading those, and I don't really do anything with Explosive Power. It just kind of sits there for right now anyway, until I'm done doing AP resets, and then I will pop it up there. So yeah, so I mean, other than this totem and the totem on my DPS hero for my boost aura, that's pretty much the only totem I'm using, and it's only what I find as I grind upwards. Alright. You're probably wondering why I don't have a whole bunch more defense rate and deadly strike gilded shards. Well, quite frankly, they're just impossible to come by. I honestly feel like they changed the drop rate percentage for those particular shards when they did the pirate update, because I noticed I stopped getting them as frequently when that update came out, and I don't know if that is true or not. I'm total speculation on my point, but I put dozens and dozens of hours, hundreds and hundreds of maps in C4 C3 grind, and as you can see, I don't have a single one of them gilded yet. Now I do have a few here. I've got, you know, 6 defense rates and 5 deadly strikes, as well as the ones that are sitting on my actual heroes. But for the amount of time I have in the game, about 1,200 and some hours, 1,250 hours, a lot of it on C3 C4 grind. I bought lots of C3 C4 shard packs. They just don't drop, or the RNG just does not generate them. I get tons of other shards in those chaos tiers, as you can tell. You know, I've got tons of gilded shards down here of all other kinds, but I am not getting these to drop for me at all. I've had better luck with destruction. You saw I had 2 of those gilded, and I've got a couple of destruction shards sitting up here, so I get a pretty good, decent rate, I'd say, on the destruction drops. But these defense rate and deadly strikes ones, they are, at least for me, been super elusive, and they just do not fall. I can go through 135 maps and maybe get one if I'm lucky. And I've done this a couple times now, so I mean it's just a matter of, I guess, really bad RNG, or they actually tweak something to have those fall less frequently than the other shards in that tier, because it is definitely not easy to come by those these days. Alright, oops. So let's go get this done. Let me clean up. Looks like somebody bought some stuff out of my store. Okay, good. Another pet down. Let's see, what floor do I have to make it to? Okay, it used to give me a couple floors, a couple resets at the same floor. It looks like it's going up one floor at a time now, so I gotta go to 36. I haven't assigned my point yet, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm holding off on putting points in my defense power, because this point's only going to boost it by 1% each time, so 4 and 5 takes it to 9 and 10 respectively, and I think I can, you know, I put it in the defense range, which was 1% at a time, which is kind of hurty for me to do, but I think I'm about to do the same thing on critical chance. You know, I don't know what's best and what's not. I mean, I don't really have a plan, since I plan on grinding through a good amount of these points. I'm not too worried about where I'm putting this, plus the cost to reset is minimal. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in crit chance, defense crit chance, and we will go from there. Alright. I think I should be able to start on 422. Yep. So this will be, I believe, Chaos 6 starting out. And I've got all campaign level shards except for the 2 I upgraded, so, and campaign level equipment on my DPS hero. So gotta be a little cautious this first map, but after that we can, you know, pick up some gear, hopefully get a couple of relics from my flame auras and Skyguard towers, and go from there. With the upgraded shards on both of those defenses, the campaign can get it done. Of course I get an assault on ramparts where I need Skyguards, and I don't have good relics on my Skyguards. Oh well, we'll see how this goes. Maybe doing a lot of anti-air cleanup. Not gonna be fun, I don't think. Especially being Chaos 7 level, or Chaos 6 level, so with campaign shard, it's just probably not gonna get it done. I can't even do that. I'm not going to have enough to lay down the rest of my defenses. Alright, we're going to put base defense down here, and this is going to be rough. Probably should have farmed 4, 10, and 20 just for the prestigious energy weapons. Would have got myself some relics. I might, if this fails too epically. That's a word. We'll see how this goes. I am not envisioning this going well, because of the amount of anti-air you need on this and me not having anything set up for it. This is just going to be... I mean, the problem is you can't even... You know, well, maybe... You know what, maybe... I'm thinking about something here. Oh, I forgot to upgrade my boots. Hold on. I go through upgrade my speed shards just for quality of life. Wait, I don't think I did a section on these guys either. I forgot. Do that real quick. To go replace those Skyguards. Alright, there's my 4 primary defenses. So Sorry guys, I have to redo this all over again. But, you know, sometimes you don't have to replace the defenses, sometimes you do. Or maybe it just seems like it. I don't know that I know that as a matter of science or fact there, but I mean, with those shards, they're putting out a fair amount. I mean, we'll see how this goes. This might not go well at all. I'm obviously jumping into C6 with campaign level and just relying on my two upgraded relics on my LSAs and my weapon mans. Oh, that's what it's going to do too. Is maybe do some alternative thing for that arrow there. Oops. This hero swapping is so tough. I see something here. Oh no. Sorry guys, failing here with my... Oh. Alright, we're gonna do that for anti-air. We're gonna see. I mean, that should sufficiently wreck air coming in that way. The only place I can't do that at really is here because I don't have enough range on my dummy arms to reach all the way up there. Unless I was gonna try and pull it back, and even putting it, you know, like right here, might not hit these flyers. I just don't want to risk it. So we're gonna go with that, and I'm gonna hope the two edge sky guards can handle what they got going on. Hopefully I had enough. Oh yeah, that was less to you actually, because that was 90 versus 100 for the two sky guards. So oops. That is not my flame monk. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. C6. You caught that. If you did, you saw I was looking for lane modifier. It's hard to do the constant flipping back and forth, you know? From lower level stuff to higher level stuff and having to account for things. Okay, so we're gonna have to see how these sky guards hold up. Got a little bit of money, I'll probably put a couple of upgrades. These guys. Just to see if they can stem the tide. Alright, let's see how this works. I'm interested to see how my WMs do up there. I mean, I've never used a weapon manufacturer up there on those pillars. I wasn't even sure I could, which is why I had to go back there and see if I could get up there. Yeah, look at that, getting the job done. Fantastic. I mean, I guess that's one of the reasons that I picked the WM, because it is versatile. Right now, at least in its current state, with that electrocute combo on it, I can use it in lanes for mobs. I can use it for air if I can get, you know, in an advantageous location, and you know, it's just a good all-around defense at the moment, and worth me putting my money into every time to, let's see how this guy handles these flyers. Getting the job done. Yeah, if that Skyguard slow is helping out there, so it's slowing them down, giving them enough time to hit them. And with the rate increase on the rate shard, it's able to kind of drill them down even with campaign level shards on it. Which is fantastic. Okay. So what I typically do, guys, I don't even know if I need to, is I upgrade my boss lanes when it comes time. I don't know, just because I don't want to have to worry about it. I mean, this low level, I probably don't have to. But it's just habit, so I stick with the same habit as I climb through the floors, so when I do get a little bit higher up and I need to worry about it, especially if I'm not getting good luck with relic drops or whatever, it helps. Alright, let's get this next wave off. Sorry guys, I was trying to manipulate my audio there for a second. I'm still going to get used to the controls. You know, where these flyers. But I can't get my crane stand stacked up, so I might not make that a spawn. An upgraded LSA. Nope. Notice no ticks on my crane stands up there in the upper left. I think maybe try and get some of these flyers over here. Take some instances. Yep. I haven't seen a whole lot of stuff drop just yet. What's going on with my LSA over there? Go check that out. Draken Lord out of the gate over there. Wave 3. Fantastic. Remember I have Burning Strikes on my DPS, so I should be able to come over here, ignite him, and have it go, but I will typically upgrade my Flame Aura. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, it's because I have Campaign Relics. I'm just so used to not even deal with health on these things. Well, that's funny. I'll upgrade them. So I don't have to deal with it. Oh, and I lost the one that was over here. How about that? I didn't even notice. Up an upgrade on it. I'll lose these. Oh. Let's upgrade that. That's funny. I'm not used to that at all. Huh, that's pretty funny. Alright, Dragon Lord. Let's go deal with him. You guys actually look like the armor and they have a lane modifier on them, which is kind of weird. That is the result of having campaign gear in C6. I knew I was probably going to die, but I wanted to grind out that Dragon Lord before he got through my defenses. Saved by the bell. Assassins. 2 skellies. I do have lane modifiers. That's funny. I could have swore I didn't have them when I first looked. Huh. Alright. I got 2 skellies. I think both these lanes are upgraded already, so... So weird. I used to have to go around upgrading my auras or repairing them because they're running out of health. Alright, move forward, this on the way. I do have to be careful. Oh, I screwed up on my ascension on my DPS here. That's why my health is so low. I always put 100 points into health when I'm doing this AP reset, even though it's not really the recommended way to go with a nuke monk. Because I'm doing AP resets and I don't have the gear, that extra 100 points in health makes a difference, believe it or not, at least in the early stages before I get some decent C6, C7 gear on me. Luckily I don't have Headstrong on those assassin lanes or I would be getting killed every time. Luckily the electrocute combo on the weapon manufacturers is stripping them off me before they can kill me all the way down. I do have Life Leech, a Gilded Life Leech shard also, but it's really not doing much for me. A, because enemies aren't making out of spawn, and B, I'm hitting so little right now because I'm in campaign gear that the heal I'm getting is like hundreds of hit points versus thousands. In case you're wondering, I do have a Gilded Construction Shard on this DPS hero so that I can repair and build everything. This helps kind of make some of these early map grinds go a little bit faster. Don't have to wait to build out stuff, repair, whatever. Scarnash. 2 Scarnashes, this is great. I don't have health. Hopefully the weapon mans will pull them off. That's Scarnash. Soft spot. Okay. Oh, I think we're good to just kick this 5th wave off, to be honest with you. See how it goes. I'm stoked about how well those WMs, weapon manufacturer nodes up there are doing on those flyers. I mean, it is a full C7 upgrade relic. I was worried about something slipping by or the range not being right or something, but it looks like it's doing an okay job up there. One got taken down. Ugh. There you go, that Scarnatch got me. Knew that might happen though, I don't have a lot of health right now, so. There we go. C6 equivalent onslaught down. Hopefully I got some decent gear. Looks like I got a staff upgrade at a minimum there. Once I get to the next floor, I'll look at my gear. Probably should have turned down the sound effects. Hopefully it wasn't drowning me out too bad. Siphon Site D. Alright, let's go look at the pier first. I want the health, so I'm getting good relics. My problem with these relics is they're going to disable the third shard, which I guess I could move some of these around. But I need these shards to be effective, so I need Mythical or better. Now I could... I was really hoping to have one for my Sky Guards. Claymores I don't really care about right away because I have my weapon bands on the ground doing bulk of the damage. Let's see if I can advance this guy. Shoo! It's a little steep for replacing this man. Yeah, but I don't really have one. Yeah, that'll be fine. Oh, those are coming a little late. Oh, that's because it's on my gear score. Alright, let's get this build up. Armored, maximum effect. Can't be stunned. I don't have a relic on my... That's not... I think it's gonna slow my gas. Because I can't do this stun. I don't know if it's gonna even fire off the little weak enemies we got in here, but... Whatever, we'll give it a shot. Might have to get rid of that, to be honest, because... I don't remember if I have enough DU in this map to do my build all the way or not. And last but not least, I'm really not paying attention to any of the modifiers, except for looking for things like Kursakazi, because You know, this lower level maps, it probably doesn't make any difference. My WMs are so powerful at a C7 upgrade that I'm just kind of ripping through it, but I still like just get in the habit of paying attention. I got one last thing to do is throw a Skyguard down here. Even though it's not relicked up. Upgrade on it. I wonder if I can get away with this. That might handle my flyers. That should handle my flyers. I think it'll hit them all. I think they'll get hit from those WMs up top too, but because you can't see the range spheres on the WMs, it's kind of a guessing game. But I do have the 5 points of ancient power into range, which I know has extended my range noticeably, at least. So we'll go ahead and kick this wave off. Looks like things are holding. I was worried about the non-stun up here, but they're not even making that a spawn. It's gonna fire it off, so. It should help if a boss comes out, they'll keep it in range of those WMs. Lightning strike around. I'll run through each of my defenses here after this wave. I know I really haven't done that yet. Kind of talked about it a little bit, but go ahead and just run through the primary 4. The primary 2, I mean, from a mod standpoint. Oh, that's all my old stuff. I didn't sell it. That's why. Sorry, guys. Wondering why I had gear in there. Alright. So from my weapon man standpoint, obviously I talked about the three primes, as I call them: Deadly Strikes, Destruction, Defense Rate. Mods, Anti-Melee, Water Servo, and Shocking Revelation. Those are just what they are. They're the best ones I had so far, and I haven't been able to re-roll any of them or actually farm the maps for a lot of re-roll tokens, so that's just where it's at. As far as my weapon manufacturers go. Lightning Strikes, again, Deadly Strikes, Defense Rate, and I have Destructive Pylon in place of Destruction. Like I said, I don't fully upgrade it, it's 50% right now. As far as mods go, I have Anti-Mini-Boss, Anti-Melee, and Anti-Chaos. So this is my boss killer LSAs, and that's why I've decided to upgrade them every time I do an AP reset, because they can really handle bosses. Especially as I start to have to climb past some of those Omega Wave onslaughts with limited defenses. You know, having a good boss killing defense will really help me get through that. So it's just a matter of getting a C7 relic to put on it, which I've had no problem doing. So that's those two defenses. The rest of them, you know, my Skyguard towers, you know, the Prime 3, again, Deadly Strikes, Defense Rate, Destruction. This is just garbage relics, right? Just whatever relics I find on it. Ramsters, same thing. Prime 3, Deadly Strikes, Defense Rate, Destruction. PDT, Defense Rate, Destruction, and Explosive Poison. So I've opted for Explosive Poison here in lieu of Deadly Strikes. And when I do have my actual modded relic, I have Piercing and Defense Range on it, so it kind of makes up for not having that Deadly Strikes in there. Fissures. Again, Prime 3, Deadly Strikes, Defense Rate, Destruction. Earth Shadow, I have Destruction, Defense Rate, and Earth Toss. Gilded Earth Toss, I have a 100% chance on hit to knock targets into the air and do 320 damage radius. Frostbite Tower, I have Vicious Strikes on it. I usually upgrade this a little bit when it comes time to use it, but I didn't think it was going to be effective in this map, so I didn't bother with it. Gilded Frosty Power. Frostbite Tower passes 33% of the defense power stat to defenses within its Frost Aura, and that's like the frosty cloud on the enemies that are getting slowed. And Empowered Frostbite has a 45% chance to freeze the target for 8 seconds. Again, they're gilded, so I don't have to upgrade them every time. That's kind of, I mean, I guess I should go here too, because I use my explosive traps for physical damage, defense rate, destruction, and fire for effect. I also have a mod that I usually carry on this, which I don't right now because I'm swapping out the relic to use it. Proactive traps. I've actually found that to be pretty useful. I wasn't sure how useful it was going to be at first, but when I lay those explosive traps down and I happen to have that mod on, every time they go off, they get a plus 12 defense power, up to 100 times. So 1200 defense power for doing nothing. And you know, it's probably not the most effective mod that could be in there. Like I could probably do a defense power and get more than that. But I don't have a good one. I don't have a good defense power, so I'm using proactive traps in place of it. It's kind of an interesting mod. I don't know how useful it is later game, even early game for that matter, since there are other mods out there like defense power and some others that could boost the power more effectively. But it does have my best tenacity mod on it as well, because you know I throw it down sometimes to counter Curse of Kazi lanes. Obviously I can't use it now because it's campaign level, and I don't want to have to deal with destroying relics and things like that. I think it was a pretty good relic I had. I don't know, it's pretty mediocre actually. 2532 out of 2540 and 673 out of 712. That second stat isn't that great. So I'll probably move it to a better relic when it comes time to be done with AP and put all my mods back on my gear. Okay, we got a Grimlock coming down there, so just grab some of the mod and stuff around here and get this map finished out. Sorry if that was a bit of a lengthy description of what I was running with. Just kind of lets you know my 4 primaries that I'm running with on these AP resets. I got a little bit more health than I had the last map, 267,000. No stuff's dying now. I'm not sure if I can get my... Oh yeah, I can. There we go. Cran Stance proc. Times 6. Not that I have to use it. Most bosses are getting knocked out by my defenses at this point, this early level. So I'll grind until I get a gear score of 5300. Hopefully that's around map 20 or floor 24, floor 25. And then I'll go do a C7 map and I'll skip to Onslaught floor 28, and then I'll go up to 36. Where I need to go for my next reset. Those flyers are actually getting hit by the weapon mans that are up top. If you watch, I'm pretty sure that's not range on this guy. I think they're getting it from the up top ones. As soon as they come out of their spawn. What do we got coming up here? Cannon over. Let's go here and upgrade these guys. Ugh, not having these relics on my stuff is crazy. I used to have to upgrade these. I hope I get some relics. This map is a little bit weird when you're just recording a video to put up, you know, talk to people, because there's no chat going on, no people asking questions, making fun of the epic fails, etc. But I'll try and remember to talk. You know, it's hard. I'm a big solo player, at least to date. Most of what I've done in DD2 has been solo play. So sometimes I just forget to talk when I'm doing these videos. It's all internal, right? I did take a significant amount of time before I started my resets. Oh, this guy can't get away from anything. Oh! That was a cannonball to the face right there. I should have gotten from the backside. Anyway. I did take a significant amount of time before my first AP reset to go as high as I could in Onslaught. I got stuck at 4103. This guy is completely... We can get rid of him, but it looks like he's doing some good, so... So weird having to repair my auras. I don't know about you guys, but it does not look like that slow is taking effect. Two Warblades, two Sniper Warblades coming out, and one up top where he can't be stunned. Oh yeah, 30. Holy crap, no way. I was thinking maybe I could throw a proton down, freeze that guy out. I'm just gonna have to come over here and DPS him. I do have a chance to stun on my attack, so maybe I can knock these some up there normally. It'll be GG. Let's see. That sound is a little bit too high there. That's important. Maybe? Again, I apologize guys, I'm still kind of working out the kinks of my audio levels of different things. Stun him! Stun him! is my stun not kicking off? It's 423, I think. Yep. Didn't look like I had any good drops. It's really too bad. I need to get some relics on me. I might just have to put some of these blue relics on my stuff and forego their shards. Wait a minute, I upgraded my LSA, didn't I? Did I forget my ascension? Oh, it is the relic. It just doesn't have enough health on it. Of course, got nothing out of the chest. Garbage. We got garbage, one relic, this whole map. This is the worst luck I've had so far. I'm just gonna have to deal with repairing it. I can't lose that defense rate upgrade. I'm not gonna... Well... Oops. I'm gonna hope that I get one the next go round. Upgrade there. Upgrade my boots. Helmet. Wow guys, this is the worst luck I've had in a while at getting, usually by my second map I've got equivalent C relics, or chaos level relics on all my stuff. I am not running with campaign by 2 maps into this usually, so it is unusual to say the least. X4, 424. Well, usually, sometimes by end of 424, I'm at 5,300 gear score. And I've got all my stuff down in my tertiary defenses, all decked out in C6 gear. C6 relics even. I don't know. Oh, my best friend. Okay. I get this map a lot, that's why I say that. Best friend. Wrong hero. Ah. That's why you pay attention to lane modifiers. Curse of Kazi. I'll let these guys walk right down into here. Oh, I can't. I don't have a relic on my Ramsters. Shit. But I sold it too, didn't I? Damn it. Damn it. Oh, man, this is gonna fail. I just basically, I don't have an defense. I don't, without my relics on my alternate defenses right now, I don't have anything to combat this Curse of Kazi. I mean, we'll try it. I'll reroll if it doesn't go well. I have a feeling this Curse of Kazi right up here is not going to go well. Oh, and of course I've got a slow single fire weapon. If I get lucky enough, it's going to kill most of the stuff in spawns. That Curse of Kazi doesn't come out here at my WMs. There's a lot of mobs there though, so if that Curse of Kazi goes off, they're just going to walk right through there, and I don't have a good weapon right now. Well, Curse of Kazi. What? Oh, shit. This is really not good. Not having any relics on my secondary defenses. God, I don't have a relic on my flame aura. Yep, we're not gonna do this, guys. I gotta go back and do a lower floor and get some relics. I can't even survive wave 1 or 2 to get to a point where my boss are dropping relics in C6 right now for me, so I drop down, maybe do 10. So I mean, I could maybe try 20. Let's do 10. I'm gonna do 10 here, guys, just so I can get my prestigious energy weapon and hopefully pick up some relics that are not campaign level. Oh, come on. No luck. Are you serious? Oh, okay. Thought it was ramparts again. I was gonna be angry because I don't have my Skyguards dealt. Oops, that's too close. Well guys, sorry, I thought this was going to be a smooth example of my resets, and it just isn't. I got nothing from those first few maps. And I usually have all of my primary and secondary defenses relicked up. And in this case, I didn't get any. I got those blue tokens, which I typically just ignore because they disable some of my shards on my defenses, which I don't want. And I usually get at least mythical or legendaries. No big deal. I mean, that's not the case when you decide to do a video on your AP resets. I just have the worst RNG luck ever. It's just my fate. You heard what I said about my defense rate and deadly strike shards, so. Oops. Put that there. Put it over here a little bit so that they don't conflict with this other lane. That much. This guy. Those Flame Wars are doing nothing with that campaign relic on it. I mean, I shouldn't even be dropping them. Whatever. It's off. With this shitty single shot, slow freaking pole arm right now. Wow. Yeah, this isn't going to be too entertaining, guys. It's pretty much AFK at this point. I mean, I don't even think I need to upgrade this, but I'm going to. Oh yeah, I do, because they're all freaking dying because they don't have health from no relics. Ah! This is terrible. You guys saw that. I went through that entire last map, got one blue relic. You know what? This is the wrong way to go if I'm looking for gear. Hold on. I'm gonna leave this. As much as I want the prestigious energy weapon, I'm just stacking them up at this point. I'm gonna go do a C6 expedition map, or a C5 expedition map, rather, and we will. So I can usually do C5 no problem in campaign. No, my LSAs don't have a relic on them. Oh no, they're a C7 relic, so they should take out these berserkers at this, or berserkers and assassins at the C5 level decently. Wait, why are these? Hold on a second. Did up? Oh, derp. Okay, guys, this is why I'm having such a problem. I did not upgrade. I thought I went through and did this. Did I do it on the wrong relic? Did I just forget to do that? Guess I did. Well, there you have it, everyone. The result of being brain dead grind from AP resets. I forgot to level up my LSA. Which, did I do the shards? I did do the shards. That's weird. Just forgot. Alright, well, hopefully this goes better. I get some shards out of this. I wonder why I was having to heal my LSA. It just didn't occur to me. But I shouldn't have had to do that. Okay. I mean, I shouldn't even be putting these flame wars down at this point because they are doing no good in campaign level, but I'll keep an eye out, and then hopefully I can slap something on them if it falls mid-map. I honestly can't believe I made it as far as I did with those lightning strikes not upgraded. That's funny. It just goes to show you, you know, what those shard upgrades do. They make a difference. Those campaign level LSA that's hanging in there, except for its health dropping. And it was just non-gilded shards being upgraded. This will be a little sketchy because I usually rely on at least one Skyguard tower to help me clear some air that slips through. I don't know for a second upgrade on it, so just have to watch the air. much better. Well, that's what I get for having a brain fart moment, forgetting to upgrade your primary relic. I wonder why that one Dragon Frost Lord that one time got so far through. I was like, jeez. Shouldn't have pushed that far. Just go ahead and kick off the map. I should be able to get over here, get this collected, and get back over to Dragon Frost Lord before he comes out. Wow, this polearm just sucks. Slow firing, single projectile. Oh, got the ignite on him right away. That is way better than those LSAs. Jeez. He didn't drop any gear though. What is with my luck right now with not getting any freaking gear drops? Even playing an expedition map. Let's go. Another Dragon Frost Lord coming out already. Siege roller over here. Look at the siege roller. Does give me some gear. Sorry for coughing here, everybody. As I forget that I'm recording a video. There's some loot. Of course, I get a totem. Hey. 2 totems. 3 totems. Great. Totally. And a green relic. Thanks. What is going on with this guy? Am I even going to be able to hit him? There we go. Oh, yes. We have the relic. It's on my Skyguard. Technically, it should be on my flame one, but I think I'll get another one, so won't have to worry. Skeleton. Okay, these guys are good. Well, my Skyguard should be putting out quite a bit more damage. Go check him out. Got more health at 1.85 million a second. That's way better. Freaking another totem, man. Come on. How about some relics? Another totem. Wow, guys, I am just not having good luck. All I need are 2 relics. Mythic or better. 2 relics. That's it. Just 2. I've done how many maps now? 3? Ah, this is ridiculous. Hopefully I get at least 1 more so I can put it on my Flame Aura. We can be decked out and go back to Onslaught Climb. At least see 5 relics will get me through. Blue. Guys, the RNG luck is just crazy. I just played a whole C5 map. Got 1 relic I could use. Oh, there we go. Thank goodness. Comes out of the chest. Anything sitting out on the map? I got something over here. Let's go see what this is. Oh, of course. Totem. Perfect. Okay, I don't think any of this stuff is going to be better than what I have with the current guy, because he should have mostly C6 stuff. Yeah. No. Just check for mods. Oops. Okay, through town, back to Onslaught Climb. Alright, guys. Let's go head back into some Onslaught. Okay. Sorry, guys, just take a drink of water there. Of course, I get a Kursakazi. I don't have my Rampsters relicked out yet because relics aren't dropping. What am I getting a Kursakazi on 24 for? I'm gonna give it a shot, but this is gonna suck. Alright, there you go. Kursakazi hit my WMs. How small the radius rings are right now. The more that die out further, the smaller those rings are going to get. Luckily, it looks like I'm low enough level that WMs are getting the job done. These rings are getting really small. Saw Nash just get melted over there. It's that tier 7 LSA with those anti-mods on them. She was a mini boss, a melee boss, and a chaos boss. She got all 3 of those mods applied to her, and you saw it. It was like she came out and boom. Basically one hit from the LSA took her out. Oh, more totems. Fantastic. Oh, more totems. Fantastic. I seriously cannot believe that I haven't been getting relics. We're our 4th wave. Well, looks like I got my Flame Aura upgraded enough that it's taking stuff out and spawn. Might get a Curse of Kazi. Oh, let her go. There it goes. Oh, that was a heavy hit Curse of Kazi too. Of course, boss coming out right now. We don't, Gribbs. Those weapon man circles. They're so tiny. Not have a boss up there again. Okay, thank you. Hold this lane through this wave. Gotta try and kill him further back. I just had my Ramsters. I had a relic on my Ramsters. But I just put him down there and this lane would have been AFK. Alright. That's it. Map done. Oh, another totem. Seriously, people. I mean, look at this. Totem, 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 totem. I might just pay an advance set just so I don't have to deal with this. I think I'm going to. I mean... So now I have at least something to deal with Curse of Kazi lanes. Oh, I guess I should open the chest before I did that. Oh well. Watch, it's gonna spit out like 4 relics. Watch. Because I just paid 60 grand to upgrade that one. Oh. Nope. Not one I could use anyway, the blue one. Okay, next X4. 425. I think this will be the last for this video, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out, and then I think I'll go back and review the video, check the sound levels, all that kind of stuff, video quality, that kind of thing, and I'll go from there. Do appreciate you checking out my video. Alright, there you go, guys. Quick build out on that. Basically, my default build all the way around didn't have any Kusakazi, Frost Lanes, or anything like that, so just knocked out that default build all the way around. This should be smooth sailing, I think. Barring any crazy Bastille or boss mishaps like Bastille Master taking out my WMs or something. Not too entertaining, I know, I apologize, but that is the nature of AP reset grind, you know. Well, I don't think I need to keep you guys around to see the rest of this map. I appreciate you hanging out. I will talk to you again later. Thanks for watching.